I look at CrossFit gyms as being light years ahead of the fitness industry in the quality of fitness you can deliver, and light years behind the industry in the quality of businesses that are being built.
What the fuck, though?
Good morning. It's fucking early. It's like 3:45 a.m. early, but this is what time I do the editing. So I wanted to talk about something. I'm sitting here drinking my Quick Trip because this is the coffee that's available to me at 3 a.m. in the morning. And I'm sitting here, I'm thinking like, fuck, this thing just sucks. I wish Freddie was open. He's the owner of South End Grind, the coffee shop inside of my building, so I can get a good cup of coffee. And then I started realizing how bougie and pussy that sounded. Bitching about not having really good craft coffee available at 3 a.m. It just made me realize, like, fuck it, shut the fuck up, don't bitch and complain, you've got it absolutely made. And then I started thinking about the coffee shop, and I get a lot of DMs from you guys asking about the coffee shop, so I thought I'd talk about it a little. So this is South End Grind. All this back up and through here, right? That's where the magic happens. A few really quick questions on this. Number one, I don't own it. I don't recommend any of you fuckers own a coffee shop. You don't know dick about coffee. You probably barely know anything about running a fitness brick and mortar business as it stands today, but you're learning. One thing we don't need to add to that fucking plate is coffee. Freddie is a tenant of mine. We have a really long relationship behind that. He was an intern, he was a coach, and he followed his own passion and opened up his own coffee shop, and this kind of synergistic relationship was born. I do not recommend that you guys open your own coffee shop. What I do recommend, if you're in a space where you can go ahead and create some kind of opportunity like the lounge and all that kind of stuff, like you can have something like this, outsource it. Find a local coffee shop that is in your city but not in your part of the city, and maybe they're doing well and they want to expand and you're able to present to them an opportunity that makes sense. I will say though, for the average CrossFit gym, this is probably not a great combination. Nobody wants to sit there trying to get work done while you have 20 motherfuckers dropping barbells from overhead. That's just a relationship that's probably not going to work out. But for those of you guys that ask questions about it, there it is. That's the coffee shop. It is not mine. I do not own it. I just lease out the space to it. They are a tenant, which makes for rent roll, which is better than the actual revenue, because I wouldn't be able to run a coffee shop because I don't know dick about coffee, except that I really enjoy it. I actually do have 5 minutes, Peter. Peter.
Hey, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. How can I help you?
I listen to your podcast every day. Every day I listen to it.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I read a book called The Power of Moment. I read that book, and I've owned my affiliate for like 9 years, and I always felt like we were never capturing the moment for the athletes. What I did is actually hired an artist to make patches. You award your member when they get their first muscle up or their first double under, or they get in the 200 club, or they row their first 5K, you know what I'm saying? That can go on their gym bag, that can go on anything. And, you know, get a photo opportunity with Facebook. They're going to be so pumped about this. Other people want that patch too.
So have you beta tested this in your gym for a few months? Here's what I'd recommend. My guess, look at what Lululemon did. Next time you walk into your Lululemon, you're going to see behind the front desk the coveted Lululemon bag, that tote bag, right? The one that everyone keeps. Nobody throws away a Lululemon bag. Do you want something that your members can carry around as it has what you're talking about is status?
Yes.
It's not as much accomplishment as we'd like to think as much as it is status. I have come, I have conquered, and I am a part of an elite group. I would be looking at culture in general and be trying to think, what is something, like look at like Lululemon, literally people do not they almost covet the bag as much as they do the clothes they buy. I love the patch idea. I would tell you to look more towards fashion, because I just think fashion is gonna be more universal than the patch. People might lose it, the Velcro came off, well, it's on my other gym bag, and I don't have it. I love where your head's at. I would just tell you to look towards how you hack it with fashion. Whenever you have a good idea, sit on it for like a year and test it out repeatedly and exhaustively. And then after that time, then you've really got a good idea.
How in the fuck do you do all that content all the time? Do you not have a job? Like how?
That is my job. People are just like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I make content for gym owners, and then a couple hours a day I will consult with a choice few.
CrossFit's for someone that knows nothing to start a new business. Really, that's who it's for. It's not for someone who knows what they're doing, because
it's a passion purchase. You do it because you have a passion for it. No just regular entrepreneur with money, even a little bit of money, is going to look across and be like, let me do that. They're gonna, like, you have to have a passion for it.
What do you want to do with this whole thing? Like, where does Stu want to be 5 years, 10 years from now?
I'm very open about this. What the fuck, Gym Talk, for me, if I figure out the model with the Urban Movement, because Urban Movement's still, it's a brand new company. Like, I know people think it just was CrossFit South End with the new name. It's a brand new, different company. It's purged all those CrossFit people. It's brought in new. It's like a new experiment for me. It's a chip on my shoulder that I can do it myself without Greg's help, without his name, right? So in 5-7 years, let's say I think I've figured it out, and I've been doing What the Fuck Gym Talk. I don't think I'm gonna have a hard time, Patty, if I go ahead and decide to franchise it out, getting applications filled out. I think I'm gonna have a following of people that are gonna say, hey, I've been following you. I like what you say. Maybe they've been a client of mine, so I know they're at least a competent motherfucker. And then maybe I start franchising it, maybe not. So I just asked Isaac where Deuce was, and apparently he's cramming because his CEUs for his level 3 CrossFit certification run out like tomorrow, and he just realized it.
Yo,
What are you doing?
what are you doing?
What have you been doing?
Studying
Why are you studying?
for my continuing education units.
Did
for my level 3.
you forget that you had X amount of continuing education units for your level 3, and you're just having the cram for them in the next like 32 hours?
Yes, correct.
How many people do you think they get where they just see overnight like someone passes like 4 courses in a 24-hour span?
That's what I was thinking when I started doing this, and I was like, I can definitely do this. And I was like, but I feel like if I turn this 12-week course that is supposed to be 12 weeks.
It's a 12-week course.
Yeah, well, it says 6 to 12. You know, yeah. Will they question it? So I guess we're gonna find out.
Hey, passing grade is a passing fucking grade.
Yeah, that's right, man.
You tell Nicole Carroll, fuck off. Like, I passed. I got a, whatever a passing is, a 59. What's a passing? Because I don't know 2 other guys that fuck with the fitness industry that do less actual fitness than you and me. It's absolutely deplorable. Like,
But if you looked at us, you'd be like, these guys work.
sure, they definitely work out. And like when I work out, like Deuce and Isaac are so disgusted when they watch me work out. They're like, why do you even come to class? You just don't care. Like, I got up to one time and I went and got a drink of water, and then I stopped and I forgot what I did. I think I like went and reorganized like the fucking boxes or something. Then I went back into the workout, and they're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I just don't want to be here.
I walked over to the squat rack, I put 135 on it, and I did 1 set of 8. And I'm like, I'm good.
The guy who created Geek Squad, did you see the quote I put in there? The Geek Squad quote? All right. What do you think of this phrase? Advertising is just a tax you pay for being unremarkable. And if you create a remarkable product, people will talk about it. And we've talked about this. We're all trying to chase this, if 80% of our money is ever going to come from referral, we're all chasing that 20% that's going to come from the internet and cold traffic and these advertising plays. How can we focus on making something more remarkable?
There's a spectrum that you live on of things that can make noise without having to be advertised.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jay Bear wrote a book called Talk Triggers.
Okay.
And these are like creating that remarkable element of your brand that people just cannot stop talking about. I'm like, I want to know the expectations of every client. I want to know all of our clients' expectations. Now that you're a client here, what do you expect from us? When you first came in, the first day on your consultation, what did you expect? Well, I expected you to show me around. I expected you to tell me how it worked. Whatever they tell me, whatever all the expectations are, I want to have this giant fucking list. I know I need to do what's not expected. I need to do the thing that they're not anticipating.
But some semblance of what's there.
Correct.
And
Yeah, you
remain
still have to do
authentic.
the expected.
Right.
And then you have to do something that's going to, again, be remarkable. Like, I joke around with what the fuck, if I showed up randomly to every client I worked with and I surprise every that was a thing. Stu does a surprise visit as long as you're a client with them.
Right.
I'd have people that would probably stay on the tit longer as a client
For
waiting
sure.
for that fucking surprise visit.
Yep.
I'm not doing that, by the way. I don't even fucking listening. I'm
Right.
probably not doing that. But that would be a remarkable thing.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the thing people would talk about. I spent some time yesterday and I changed up the homepage. I literally went, and you're going to love this. I wanted to wait for the fucking podcast to tell you this. I went into one of the CrossFit affiliate owners groups and I took a screenshot of the homepage and I dropped it in there and I said something to the effect of like, I just want to remind all you fuckers how good I am at wording words. I can't wait to see you guys copy this and put it on your shitty website soon. Like, I literally, I think that was word for word what I put down. And then the funniest part about that is I didn't even write the header of that entire thing. Like, Joe wrote that fucking header. It's completely Joe's. I'm really good at validating wording of words.
Oh, my God.